So today we're going to see the welding of a shaft. So in a class hours, we have discussed more about this topic. Here we're going to do an experiment with the help of the setup. So initially we can recap the things. So what does mean by a welding of a shaft? So while that shaft has been rotating at a constant speed, so there is no problem for us. So if we are operating at the amount that rated, after the rated speed, so what will happen to the shaft? So it will have that wobbling action or whirling action. That is because of an it will be vibrate violently. So that is the reason behind this. So we have to find that critical speed of a shaft. So it is very essential thing. So we in a design process we design a shaft. So based upon the two criteria, you know very well. One is based upon that strength and as well as based upon that rigidity. Has like that the critical speed of a shaft. So it is also is one of the design parameter. So while you are designing a shaft. So here, so whenever in most of the cases it can be seen in mechanical devices. So when the rotating object, it will with the help of a shaft only. So we should know about that critical speed. So why we've been giving more importance to critical speed is if that shaft is rotating about that critical speed means the shaft is subjected to failure. So due to the vibration. So that is the reason. Here we are going to demonstrate to find that critical speed for an steel shaft. So having two different diameters, one is 4 mm and another is 6 mm. So we're going to find the critical speed of a shaft experimentally. Simultaneously, we do some calculations theoretically, and we're going to finally going to compare that values getting from experimental and as well as theoretical. So here we having that setup here. So just we have a look on this. We having a provision to insert a shaft here with the help of a chuck. In one end we having a bearing. So it will be operated by means of a motor. So it is controlled by electrical means, and we going to regulate that speed of that motor by using a by using that auto transfer we having here, right? So initially we having one guard. So it is very important here while you have been working with this experiment, you should be very safe. The safety is first thing, and next time we can do that experiment. And initially what you're going to do with this experiment is, here we having a two set of shaft. One is 6 mm shaft and another one we having is 4 mm shaft. In both the things, so we're going to find that Young's modulus and length of the shaft and density. So you know very well physically we can able to find these things and all. So initially we can fit that shaft in this chuck by using an Allen key, and it will be connected to the electrical mains. So once you have been using an auto transformer to regulate the speed of the shaft. So initially just giving an increasing level from 0 to 20 like that. So you can observe that noise. So when the shaft is ready to rotate, so initially the shaft is rotating at some speed. So let it be wait for a few minutes. So get it at the steady state of an speed here. And one more thing I have to discuss with this one. So while that shaft will be rotating, so basically there are three different types of an vibration. So here we can able to see that vibration here. That is, one is longitudinal vibration and transverse vibration and torsional vibration. So here we can able to know about to understand that what is meant by the transverse vibration and as well as torsional vibration. So if that shaft is trying to move in perpendicular to this axis, so it is in forming of an transverse vibration. So it will tend to bending the shaft. So simultaneously, if you look out for a torsional vibration means, so when the shaft is twisted and untwisted alternatively, so it will be subjected to a torsional vibration. The both type of an vibration you can able to feel here. So this thing I have to explain here. So now when you're increasing that speed by using of this transformer, so you can able to know that at a particular speed, so there will be a form of node. So I like to explain what is meant by node here. So the node is the zero frequency, or we can say that the amplitude will be zero at this node. So here you can able to notice that when the node formation in the shaft, so that time you can make a note of that speed. So if you are going to operate about, against that node speed means the shaft will be able to deflect and suddenly it will get failure. So there's a critical speed or a critical point. During that time, with the help of an tachometer, you can note the reading. So here you can able to notice that the formation of a single node here, it seems like a human eye, shape of that node shape is. So here you can, with the help of a tachometer, so you can hold the tachometer in this side of a motor, so to note that how much of speed is occurred during this formation of a node. You can make a note or observe in your notebook. So secondarily, if you increasing that speed against this means, it will be that formation of a double node formation. So you may have noticed here. So during this also you can again you can note that speed which the double node is across the shaft. So if you be operating over this means slowly the shaft will be tends to vibrate violently and it finally gets failure. And one more thing I like to say here, that is, you know the concept of resonance. So what is meaning of resonance is, so for every body, they will be having that natural frequency. So when you are applying some amount of force to the external force means, it will produce a vibration. So when that natural frequency is matching with an exciting frequency, so there is a possibility of creating a resonance. So here also we can able to connect the resonance concept here. So here I have mentioned that critical speed. That is a particular speed at which the shaft will be rotates violently or violently. So if you operate above this means, so the natural frequency and the excited frequency will be matching here. We will create the resonance here. So finally the shaft will get bent due to the bending and twisting. So after this, so you should have conclude this part. So here we are having giving the formulas for theoretical how to put the values. So what are the things you should observe from this experiment is, for a shaft means you should know what is the critical speed for a particular shaft. So and another thing is, so what will be happen to the shaft if you are operating beyond that speed. So what will happen? So you may have notice here. Note of observation is diameter of a shaft and length of the shaft. It will be 1 meter, and you should find that weight of the shaft and Young's modulus and moment of inertia. You know what this means by moment of inertia. So this is a circular object, a cylindrical object. The formula for this to find moment of inertia is pi by 64 d power 4. So you put all these values, so you can able to find the critical speed for 6 ohm shaft and as well as 4 ohm shaft. Thank you.